Hey, what's up? What is good? Wolf's here with the kind of afterthoughts of the Homefront, the Revolution beta. It was a closed beta, so not everybody got into it. So, this is the other game mode, the other mission. So, the last video, you've seen pretty much the first mission that pops up and the first game mode mission thing. So, before I really get into the video in depth of like what this mission is, what's happening and everything, I want to like talk over the setup of the game and tell you guys how the game is, what type of a game it is and how it's set up and everything. So as far as I know, the only thing that's really been out has been like E3 trailers and like Gamescom trailers or whatever. So this game is centered around multiplayer. So I don't think there is actually a single player offline mode. The game runs on multiplayer from the looks of it from the beta. Again, this is a closed beta, so this information could be a little bit off. This is just what I've seen, the personal opinions of what I've seen and what I did in the beta. The best that I can, tell you guys, like kind of like a review or a playthrough or whatever. So, that being said, what I've seen in this game, I think there's a lot of game makers that could learn off from this, and I'm not saying that the game is, like, the best game ever. What I'm saying is what this game does, other game companies could learn off from it kind of not to do. So, does the game look cool? Yes. Are the graphics pretty decent? Yeah, they're not exactly as spiffy as next gen or current gen, I guess we are, like Xbox One, PS4 titles should be. I think this is like a really spiffy looking 360 game. That's the way I've seen, the graphics and everything, or like a average like PC game. It's got a lot of the average shooter aspects to it. It's not nothing new, and that's kind of what I was hoping that Homefront would be. It's kind of like the Division brings. It's a game like other games, but it brings a whole new taste to the table of like this. It's a brand new kind of feel to the game, I guess you want to say. If you play the Division or you've seen the Division, you know what I'm saying. This game, to me, like this game and Division kind of do the same sort of stuff. It's like urban militias trying to survive and whatnot. This one is really like the Homefront stuff. If you played the first game, which I did not play the first game, I will put that on the table. I did not play the first game. I played some multiplayer the first game. I checked out the first game. I just never got around to actually picking it up and playing it. But I did really like the story that they had going, where it's like, people versus I guess it was either police or something like that. So, that's, I don't know, like, I'm not really seeing a story mode to this game. That's the thing. Like, I didn't have really, really high expectations for this game, when I first seen it and everything. Just like, there's another game, like the new Mafia game, I'm like, it does kind of look a little bit lacking. It's like, I don't know, some of these games from last gen, like the 360 and the PS3, they're having a hard time, bringing something new to the table for the Xbox One, the PS4, from what I'm seeing. So this game is in that kind of category. It's doing the same thing as what Titanfall did. It's doing the same thing as what Destiny did. But it's not doing it as good as those games, which I hope that the full version of the game does a lot more than what this little beta that we got. This is it's supposed to be like a sneak peek of the game that we can actually share and everything. So I don't want to trash the game too badly. It's just like you can kind of get a feel of how the game's going to play. And what I'm really thinking and feeling and seeing off the game is they should take like maybe an extra year and just rethink the strategy behind this game. And any other game developers that are coming out with games like this, where it's like fully, multiplayer and everything, the missions are, the missions are revolving around a multiplayer aspect where it's like TDM with mission, objectives thrown in there. it's a good idea. It's just I have not seen it executed the right way. I've seen, like, the first game I ever seen do it was Brink. I've seen, Titanfall do it, which they did a pretty damn good job at doing it. I've seen Destiny, which Destiny was really fun. I really did like Destiny. The only thing that bothered me about Destiny is I ran out of things to do on it. What other games? I mean, and then it just kind of goes into MMO games. This is, it's trying to be an MMO, or not an MMO. That's the wrong term for it. It's trying to be a multiplayer with a slight RPG aspect to it. Like I said, we've seen it before, but if you're going to do this type of a game, I really want to see the game makers bring something new to the table. Like, the only thing this game is really missing is freaking zombies, and it's almost like Left 4 Dead or like a Half-Life with multiplayer or co-op experience, packaged in with it. But it doesn't do the game as good as those games did, the original game. It's like, oh man, you come so close. You got all your aspects, all your ideas, all your inspiration is there. And then you do exactly what other game makers did before, and the games did not do that good. Why would you redo that again? I just don't get it. If I had a studio, if I owned a studio, I would not let the game makers do that. So that was the second map right there. As you've seen, I mean, just even looking at that gameplay, you can kind of tell, like, yeah, it's just another one of these shooters that it does the same thing as other shooters do. Why do I need to buy this? Tell the truth, I don't know why you would need to buy it. This is kind of like one of these games where I would look at it and be like, you know what? I'm going to wait for it to go on sale for like $20. Boom, done. Or, when it goes on sale for like $10 on a freaking, publisher sale or something. That's what this game makes me feel like. So this is the other map. This is the more spread out map. This is also the more storyline driven map, so it's kind of like free roam. And this map really, I said in the last video, in my first video, or whatever you want to say, I said that this really felt like kind of like a Half-Life style map, which, like I said before, there's so much inspiration there, but it's just like those games do it better. So, I would actually say go and buy Half-Life 2 before I would recommend getting this game. I mean, I'm sorry to the publishers, that they're using like the Crytek engine and everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Deep Silver, these are the same guys that make Dead Island, if I'm not mistaken. They might be some of the same development team that made Crysis. I'm not quite sure on that. Don't quote me on it. But even those games are better than this. It's just, we're in 2016 now. We've seen games like this. So what could you do to make this game better? Like, I don't want to just throw out a bunch of criticism about the game and not say how I would make it better. How I would make it better is give me a really good story, something that really brings, because I mean, hell, games, even nowadays in 2016, you can sell a game if it has a really, really good story to it. People will buy a game that has a really good story to it. This game, I have not seen one thing yet that has drawn me into the story of it. This whole thing is like, it's a cool time to play with my friends. After a while, that'll get boring though. Like, Left 4 Dead only works because it's like an original game that came out back in the day. So, definitely a story. The servers seem to kind of be a little bit, wanky at times. I just said wanky. That's right. I made up a word right there. For some reason, there's like it's lag in the game, and it is just a beta, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be fixed by the full version of the game. It's just like, this was a pretty cool idea right here. With that little grenade toss, I could take over or hack the robots and stuff. That, I mean, again, kind of makes me think of Titanfall. just because, like, or something like that, or actually even like a black hat on a Call of Duty or something. Like, like it's in that. See, that is the other part too. It is so hard to bring new ideas to the table because everything's been done. But if you really, really stretch the brain and everything, you can take those ideas, put a really good story behind it, something that draws people, like Homefront. It's got, it's like urban militias going against what is a military or something like that, and like, these military guys right here trying, like, I could think of, like, okay, so the reason why you're trying to go against the military is because they've tore down your whole freaking, like, town that you're trying to salvage stuff to, I mean, anything, just rack your brain, man. Yeah, you'll see me really be like, oops, that was the wrong side, that was the wrong way, my bad. And I even go back and try it again. I'm like, did not go right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, whoops, I gotta go on the other side. So, yeah, story, and then on top of that, I would make sure that if people start to try and, like, mess around and make it so you can't get the objectives done somehow, where that can't happen as easily, and add maybe even more stuff like this too, different, like, hopefully there will be more than just like maybe a dirt bike, or either that, or have missions a little bit surrounded around the dirt bike and everything, and make it where one person, I don't know, you have to escort a bomb or a VIP to another location, and two people have to hop on a dirt bike, and it's a big firefight and everything going down the streets. I don't know, something like that. There's or here's the other kind of crazy one. Maybe making a sandbox where you can make your own game out of it. Like, it's like kind of like a Mario Maker, but in this kind of environment, in this type of a game. Like, think of the possibility. Gary's mod. I mean, look how powerful and crazy that thing has been over the years. Where people are making their own games and stuff out from that. So definitely some potential, as many games have. The execution definitely really lacking. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, how they can make this game better, and to tell the absolute honest truth, I really think they should take more time, push the release date back. I still haven't even looked up when the release date is on this. It could be next year, it could be year after, it could be next month, I don't know, but I definitely would say take the game back to the drawing board, create a really cool story, draw the fans in with the story, put some crazy moments where it's like, like Far Cry to me it's this same first person shooter type deal thing, but it's got some moments where it's like, man, that just happened, and that's where games like this, I mean, there's a lot of games like this, where, it's an alright game, it's nothing really special, but it just does not draw you in. But, if you add some stuff like, okay, so, I don't know, you almost get caught by the people that you're fighting against here. Let's see here. Reach KPA squad location. See, I don't even know what the enemies are called in this game, because it's not really like there is nothing really blowing the story in your face. I just, yeah, okay, that's the way of saying it. There's nothing really pushing the story at you. That's what I'm trying to say. So okay, I'm trying to think of a really cool moment that you could make with this game. So your enemies are surrounding your base, and that's the cinematic moment that makes you go, oh shit, okay. So we have some enemies around us. They're coming in. They're trying to get in. You hear, boom, 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 boom. They're, smashing on the walls, knocking on the doors, trying to get in. and you're trying to figure out a way of sneaking past them. Now, sewers or something. You hit the sewers. I mean, we've seen something like that before, but again, they okay, so then they throw maybe some lights down the sewers to try and light up the sewers a little bit to look for you, and then it's like, whoa, okay, so how do I get out of the situation? Does that make it too hard for your average players? Hey, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that will just give it a try just to try and do it, I don't know, a game like, and plus a game like this too, I have seen Crysis have some really, really awesome multiplayer matches. I've played some really cool matches. I really wanted to get Crysis, I want to say Crysis 2 back in the day, when I played the multiplayer beta for that. It was one of the Crysis they had beta for, and I was hooked on that multiplayer. I thought the story was really cool, and that's the reason why I wanted to get it. It was actually for the multiplayer, and I thought the story was cool too. So this, I could see if you really revamped the multiplayer aspect of it and brought something new to the table for multiplayer. Not just, okay, it's TDM, you got a gun, you can buy some weapons. I mean, come on, we've all seen that before too. Maybe add something new to the table that, a game mode or something that nobody's ever seen before, or aspects to the multiplayer that has never been done before. There's got to be something, that has not been done before that you can do. So, boy, with all that being said, what is left? Well, as you're seeing right here, like I said, it is a closed beta, and my mind just kind of, it just wanders over different parts. When I was playing this, really, like in the back of my mind, I was sitting there thinking to myself, because I played this video right here, I played without doing any, just trying to take in the full, aspects of the game and everything, and trying to do it without, recording a video and the commentary and everything, and just, taking in everything. And really, the main thing that I was feeling when I was just trying to take in the full game, itself, was I'm just kind of running around killing everything. I'm not really doing much, and I don't really care if I get to the next objective. Maybe make some characters that, make you care to get that next objective done. See, like this sewer work right here could be kind of fun if you add more to it. Like, or, where you're up in a skyscraper, and then all of a sudden the skyscraper's about ready to, tumble over, and you have to figure, it's like this cinematic moment of running through the skyscraper trying to get to the next building or something, like, or that, or you have to get to the rooftop to get onto a helicopter, to then you're getting chasing helicopters and whatnot. I mean, there's some crazy stuff that you can do with it, like I said. So, if you like my ideas or thoughts, or you like this video, hit that thumbs up. You can share it around. As always, of course, if you subscribe to the channel, it's going to make sure that you stay tuned for all new videos coming soon.